Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we are in the world of Brindleton Bay and we are doing our first pack restricted build with the expansion pack Cats and Dogs. I am so excited for this week's content. Cats and Dogs is hands down one of my favorite packs. It's an oldie but a goodie. I already can tell you right off the bat, I think the build and buy is quite strong, so I know that this week's content is going to be very good. This particular build is located on Tails End, which is down near the port side of the world. I think it's the lower left hand side, so it's down where you can kind of see, if you look through, you've got the port and the lounge that has that kind of, it's got the wedding arch where for the longest time, that's where all my Sims got married and whatnot because it was there. And yeah, so it's a lovely area. And the only gripe about this particular lot is the trees that sit at the front of the lot. It makes it very difficult to navigate around. Yeah, as you can see, we're poking into some trees there. That would probably be the only gripe, but that's more when you play more when you build as opposed to when you play. And there's a couple of lots in the world that are like that. All right, so let's get back to the build. So this is a 3x2 bedroom home. It's very spacious. This particular design, I got elements that I had mapped out on grid paper, and a lot of it is I kind of made it up on the spot. I knew I wanted that roof line. I knew I wanted those two side kind of like those porches, those curved porches. I think they just add a very Hamptons kind of feel, which is very much what I feel this pack is inspired from. That kind of coastal Hamptons type design, which I really love. I think the world is lovely. I often play in Brindleton Bay. So right off the bat, even though it's an early pack, I do think that this has a strong building vibe. So for the purpose of what we're trying to determine, I can already tell we're going to have so much fun this week. So not only that, this is also my birthday build. So today is actually my birthday. And I'm really excited. So this particular build came together fairly simple. As I said, I had a little bit of an idea. The standout items from Cats and Dogs, I love all the windows. I love all of the furnishings. I really love the armchairs, couches, obviously all the gameplay stuff, like having, at the time it was, it introduced pets, which is a core staple in terms of the Sims. And it has a lot of these kind of cream and blue tones. And yeah, it's very coastal. I didn't know a lot. I didn't know what to do with the roofing tiles. I do change around quite a bit. And then we move inside. All right, so I started with the kitchen. Now, I wanted there to be a little bit more of a feature point for this window because it was such a large window. So I decided to make the window more of a feature. So I deleted the other windows and made it more into a tapered area. And then the kitchen then runs parallel to that. And then is it like a gallery kitchen? I don't know. I feel like that's the term. There's a term for it when the kitchen and the counter runs parallel like this, and then you've got an island counter in the center. It is a bit snug, but it's still functional. And we do remove some of these counters and make it more to be like a coffee station and whatnot, and put some tall cabinetry. But I really love the layout of this. And then this starts from here, and then you go down to, and it goes into the dining and then the living, and then you've got the open sliding doors that go out to that curved balcony. Not a balcony, it's a porch. Curved porch. I don't know why I always want to say balcony. And I just really love it. I just think that it's absolutely really pretty. The other thing to mention also is that Cats and Dogs was the first expansion pack where they brought in any type of vacuum. So we got these robo vacuums as part of the pack. And I don't ever play with vacuums, and it was such a delight to be able to incorporate in this builds. So let me know in the comment section down below, do you play with vacuums or laundry or any of that kind of Monday gameplay? I really want to know, because I am starting to organize my March content, and because we're not doing any more pack restricted builds, because that series will be over by then, I'm very excited to just build normally and to incorporate what I normally incorporate. So that's exciting. Also, I do just want to take a quick second to remind you, if you guys have been watching this build series, this pack restricted build series, and you're enjoying what you're seeing, and you have not yet subscribed, because there is a large percentage of you that hasn't, please consider subscribing. It is free and it does help me out, and yeah, I would appreciate it immensely. All right, we are kind of working on the floor plan of the other side of the house. So as you guys know, I kind of work in sections. So my living area is very much the left-hand side of the build, and then the right-hand side is where you're going to have all of the bedrooms and the 2 bathrooms. I am so happy with this floor plan. There is one bedroom, which is that room there, which is closest to the back door, that I'm kind of, it's a little small, but it works as a child's room and it's not too bad. But it is a little awkward having both bathrooms like across the hall from each other, but it's how it had to work in this build. I could have made the bathroom closest to the master an ensuite, which you definitely could. So this build is available now on the Sims 4 gallery. My gallery ID is Antoinette44, which is available in the description below if needed. So if you do feel the need to download this build, you could obviously alter that. But looking back, that would be a change that I would make. I would actually make that an ensuite, just so that it makes a little bit more sense to why you've got 2 bathrooms essentially across the hall from each other. The door is facing the hallway in a different way, so that's a little bit different. But I guess for like from a realism point of view, it probably doesn't make too much sense. But again, this is The Sims, and what works in The Sims doesn't necessarily have to work in real life. As you can see, the upstairs is quite spacious. So that would be a way to make this build, expand on this build and to add more bedrooms and to, take it from being a 3x2 to say a 5x3 or a 6x4 and whatnot. So it definitely has the capabilities to be a bigger build, which is nice. And yeah, so this, I don't know why I did a back porch, because there's nothing that really goes on around here. I do move the build, I think, slightly over, so this far side doesn't really actually have much going on for it, just because of how I positioned the build. We then do a side yard, which is closer to the bedroom side of the build, which is the right side. And yeah, I stand by that decision. I think it would have made more sense for the living area to face where the backyard would have been. And I could have moved it the other way, but I don't know. It flowed better. I liked it. And yeah. So this is the main outside. We have pretty much done the exterior and we are fully inside. We are just going to select the wallpaper. I love this wallpaper. It's kind of quirky. Initially, I wouldn't go for a striped wallpaper with the wainscoting, but I really like the color tones. And the one thing that I really like about this pack, and it's probably the same in most packs, is everything in the catalog just goes together. There's not 2 overarching styles. There's one style, it's consistent, and it just matches. And I think that's what I really like about it. Everything is cohesive, and it makes building so much easier. I think that would be such a user-friendly pack, if if someone was new to building, you can just do so much. Like, this house probably looks like one of the most beautifully furnished homes that we've done in the series, just purely because everything goes. So yeah, Thursday's build. So Thursday's build is a smaller home. It's a 2x1 bedroom home that's up near the park area. So up near where the vet is. And that's a beautiful build. That's actually a build that I wish it was a starter home at a starter home price, but it's not quite, because it's got some fencing and whatnot. It's about 30k as opposed to the 20 or 21. It's a 2-bedroom home, so you get a bit more than 20, and that's lovely. And it's really lovely floor plan, and it's very cozy. It's very lived in, and yeah, I won't give too much away. You'll have to check it out on Thursday, for that build. But yes, that will be our second build for the week, and then next week we go into city living. So we've got some apartment builds, so that's very exciting. They're very short videos, so I love doing apartment builds. They're just quick and easy, and I did struggle a bit with city living, so you'll see that obviously in next week's content. All right, back to the build. So we've done that main living area. We are now looking into mapping out where the bedrooms are. We're putting the tiles down for the bathrooms. And we've just furnished that little hallway space. I always tend to have these little open, like, entry hallway spaces. I've put in like a cat tree there. I've put in a chair. I've put in a desk. Because I didn't really know whether this sim would have a cat and a dog. I know they would have a dog because we do put some dog training obstacle courses outside. You will see that when we do the landscaping. But I thought, why not put some cat stuff in there? Do I put a litter box is the question. See, I knew this would happen. I would put furniture down for both pets, but I would forget a litter box. So I highly I apologize for that. If you download this build, you may have to add in a litter box if that's something that you want to do. All right, we are in the first bedroom, which is our kids' bedroom. And I just had so much fun. There's so much like kids, pets furniture, and like one of the best parts of this pack is all of like the pet decals. And I think they're obviously in the pack for the purpose of a vet, and you can like, like sometimes when you go to like a hospital or something, they've got like little decals of pets and stuff on the walls. I don't know if you've seen that. I've seen that in real life, so like it makes sense to me. And I love putting them on furniture so it looks like the pet is kind of sitting on the dresser. I just think it's so cute. Or here on the desk, and it's fun. It just makes for really fun kids' rooms as well. The curtains match the beds, match the dresser, so it's all matchy in there. This is the front room. The front room, I would say this would be for like a teen or a spare bedroom. It's not as big as the master, which is down the back, but it's interesting because I normally put a master bedroom at the front of the house. In a lot of the floor plans that I see for like builds in Australia, that's how it's done. The master bedroom is at the front of the house. I don't know about everywhere else. You'd have to let me know in the comment section down below. Are the homes in your area like that? How do they have something that is distinctly recognizable like that? I always see that. So this is I don't know, it could be a spare room, it could be for a teen. And I've used that armchair. I love that armchair and that little ottoman round. When this pack came out, I used that armchair everywhere. It just made the most coziest living rooms. And yeah, I will say, okay, there is a drawback. So we've talked about the strong items. If there was a negative, I would say it is the flowers. You get this one flower that comes in like that tin that we've used it there in the corner of this room. It's not great. And then you have like a barrel which has some flowers in it, which it's usable, but I feel like we could have done with some better items, better flowers. paintings are lovely, furniture is lovely. Like, it's the smallest. If I had to nitpick, it'd be the smallest detail would be that. All right, we are in one of the bathrooms. You will see the other bathroom furnished through our walkthrough. But this is just a very simple bathroom. We did get a new bathtub for this pack, so I've got that here. This particular bathroom does not have a shower. I believe the other one does. I hope the other one does. It's not a huge biggie. I prefer my Sims to have a shower, but if you've got a dog, you need to have a bath. Or if you've got small children, you can bath them in a sink though. I totally forgot you could do that. And then when I was playing the other day, I noticed it. So that's interesting. I've gone around with these little lantern things. I don't know if that's kind of the conflicting style, but I think it works. And it, again, most of the pack is just cohesive and works. We are in the master bedroom. So, so this is a base game. Oh, no, sorry. This is a bed we got with cats and dogs. I love this kind of, old style furniture and just very classical. So we've gone in. The swatches sometimes don't match. So the swatches on this dresser, I have no idea why, but the brown swatch, the middle brown swatch doesn't match the middle brown swatch of other cats and dogs furniture. Like that's the dresser or the bedside tables. So I don't know what's going on there. That's a bit weird. I love these chairs with the little cushions. I think they're so sweet. I would have them in real life if they were a thing in my area. And that is the barrel that I was talking about, the barrel with flowers in it. And we've got this painting that if you actually put all the swatches together, it forms a painting. So that's quite a cute object. And then I start to furnish these porch areas. So this one has a sitting area and a easel, and then the other side just has a bench. I didn't know what to put on this side because you're not really going to be using that side often. You're more going to be like operating on the right side to the open side yard, which I believe we are getting into now. So I start by mapping out the fencing. I want to know how I want to lay this out. And then I believe I go in with some terrain paint and just kind of create the path that I want and start mapping out where I want to put all of my flowers. So yeah. I am happy with this backyard. It took me a while to get this backyard finished just because I wasn't sure how I wanted to lay things out. You'll have to let me know in the comment section down below. Do you like this backyard? What would you do differently if you had the pencil or the mouse, I should say? And yeah. So I've sectioned it. So I've put in a pool just because when we had this pack, pools did not exist. So that's an exciting addition that I can add in. We've got that training equipment for the dog training, which I think is cool. Like I don't normally include it. It's not an item that I generally play with. And even when I have cats and dogs, it's not something I normally do. But I think if I start adding in items that I don't normally use, I'm going to be more enticed to play with them. So, and like that's the other purpose of these types of builds, is to see what actually comes with packs. Like I get so overwhelmed by the Build and Buy catalog at the moment because there's just so many packs and stuff. There's even like kits and stuff that I don't have. So I think I have something like over 60 add-ons for The Sims 4. It's quite wild and it can be very easy to get lost in all the catalog. So that's kind of been why doing like pack restricted builds have been like really comforting, because it's like you've got a limited catalog. My mind doesn't have to think, okay, which chair do I use or which countertop do I use? Like it's a very basic decision. So I have liked that, but I am excited to go back to building just normally and just building all sorts of builds. So on that, if you have some build ideas, some homes you'd like to see, maybe in a certain style, in a certain world, you know, maybe you have other challenges, a budget challenge, maybe every room is this pack, or, you know, let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to receive that feedback from you. So we are just finishing up with the landscaping, and then we'll be moving into the tour. And I just went around with some low-laying flowers and just added some daisies and some hydrangeas and all sorts of other pops of color into the build. I wanted to add in some more skill building, so I've gone in with some planter pots. I do put in a bench. I actually move it to that kind of weird circle part in the path. I think it just looks cute, like you're watching your pets go through that training obstacle. And then I create like a little seating area. You've got the grill, picnic table, and some lounge chairs, and I believe that's it. Yeah, just putting some lounge chairs, and then we might be moving in to the tour. All right, so we are live in game, and as you can see, we had those trees that were a little bit frustrating. I do apologize about that. We enter through the entrance. You have this long hallway, which just kind of wraps around and just functions as a hallway. We then move into the main part of the house, which is that living area. So you've got that living room, dining, and a kitchen. Really love this space. I think I do add a range hood. Just going to quickly add that in there. I love the color scheme. It's cohesive, makes sense. And then obviously out the sliding door, you do have that little porch. Down the hall, you have a communal kind of space. You've got a chess table and whatnot. And then at the front of the build, you've got the first bedroom. And then you've got the first bathroom. That kids' room, which is our second bedroom. Our third bathroom, so it does have a shower. Oops. And our, second bedroom. Really love the color scheme in there. And lastly, our master bedroom, which is very spacious with greens and browns. And yeah, just lovely. That leads us to our outside. So there's nothing really going on out there. And we have that entertainers area, the pool, the training obstacle course, and yeah, we're just going to add some more hedges. I looked at this and was like, this is so plain. I need to put something out here. So I believe I just quickly add in some hedges and maybe fix the terrain paint. Oh, and a tree. We've got a tree. Yes, and we just add some terrain paint under those shrubs and tree. And I believe that is it. So that is the build today, guys. If you have stayed till the end, thank you so much for watching it all the way through. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.